Hey guys, it's Nick. Welcome to another episode of T-365. Today's video, I'm going to show you how to create and launch a simulation that's part of Attack Simulator for Defender for Office 365. I'm here within the Admin Center, and I've gone into the Simulations tab here. I'm going to go ahead and click on Launch a Simulation. Here, you're taken into a wizard that will ask you to select a social engineering technique you want to use. In today's video, we're going to create one based off this Credential harvest. I'm going to go ahead and enter a name in for this particular simulation. From there, I'll go ahead and click on Next. On this page, you're given a library of payloads from Microsoft that will be updated periodically. You can click into one of these here and you can actually see the payload that will be sent to the end user directly from within this page. And you can see past simulations that you've run as well too, if that's applicable. So I really like this just because there's so many different ones that you can run, and there's a lot of them that are relevant to a lot of users, like ones about Zoom here for instance, as well as the ones here about COVID. So once you select one, you can actually click on Next here. On this page, you can select either specific users groups or all users within your organization that you want to send this email out to for this particular simulation. And I can click on Next when I'm ready. On this particular page, you're able to assign users training who fail this particular simulation in that they click on a phishing link or something like that. Microsoft has its own integration with a third party that is native to the experience here. You can have them assign training for you, which is saying they have this library of trainings, and based off of the social engineering technique you chose and the payload, they'll recommend a training to the client. Otherwise, you can go ahead and you can assign the courses and modules yourself. Additionally, here you could choose to have no training involved with this at all, and you could also redirect to a custom URL if you're using potentially another third-party awareness training platform that you want to redirect users to. So I'm going to go ahead and select Microsoft Training, and for the due date, I'll just say 30 days after the simulation, but you do get the options here. I'll click on Next, and the landing page here is something that Microsoft's created, which is saying that the user has now clicked on this link and they're brought to a page that gives them the information about it being a potential phishing email, and they'll get necessary stats and direction on what they missed within this email to help them better learn from this experience, as well as a link to the training that they'll be taken to if you assign them training. So you can customize the header and the body of this message, but I think it's cool that they show that without you having to actually run through this in a test email yourself. On the final page here, we're looking at launch details, so being able to schedule it immediately or on a schedule that will be launched at a later point in time. You can configure the number of days to end the simulation after, which will conclude. I'd recommend here around a week for that to be able to get concluded so people can identify their email and have enough time for that to pass. You can also enable region-aware time zone delivery as well too if you're looking to schedule this at a certain time. The review section here is just looking at being able to send a test email if you really wanted to before you actually sent this out to all the users here, and it would just send to the user that's signed in currently on this particular page. So once you click on submit, that will go ahead and send out to all the scope users, and it'll tell you a little summary here, and when you're done, it will be in the list of simulations here, and you'll be able to see that it is scheduled currently. If you refresh, it'll say it's in progress because we set it to be immediately here to go out. This is our predicted compromise rate based off of the payload that we sent out, and then we'll see the actual compromise rate once this campaign actually ends. Let's pop in and see what the end user experience looks like from getting this email. So I'm here within Outlook environment, and I've got this message here, and I can see the individual content that's part of the payload that I sent out, and I can see that in this message, I actually have a lot of red flags here between the sender and things of that nature. So this is giving us something that is a link. If you hover over it, you can see the description down at the bottom here, which is again not reflecting an American Express URL. We'll go ahead and click on it here, and this will bring up a new page, and it'll ask me to go ahead and sign in. So I'll go ahead and do that here. And so I'm taken to this page again here. This is the landing page that was referenced previously, and we get some information here, but the cool part is they're actually taken through and they can see the mistakes that they made in kind of verifying that this was a legitimate email. First of which was this domain spoofing with this AmericanExpress.com email address. Another here is the security indicator icons, which is basically a common attack where the attacker is looking at using some type of a security change to notify you and get you pulled into this type of phishing event itself. So all of this is giving you that information, and you can go straight to the training directly from within this page as well too. And from here, if you weren't able to click on this go to training now, you'll get an email about it pretty soon here as well. That'll just reference completing that training within that 30-day period. Clicking into it will bring you back into the Defender portal. If they're not an admin, they're not necessarily going to see all these things on the left-hand side. But it will pull up this interactive training for them here within this page, and they can actually go through and take this as far as a tutorial. It takes about 5 minutes to complete, so it's nothing crazy or time intensive, which is really good to express to the leaders of the corporation who you're trying to get bought into this type of training. So that's everything I wanted to showcase for you guys in today's video. We created a simulation that's run, and we walked through the entire wizard. Once that simulation is complete, you'll be able to view the results directly from within this page. That's everything I wanted to show for you guys in today's video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Otherwise, like or subscribe if you want to see more content around Microsoft and the MSP space. Thanks guys. Have a great day.